Hello, I'm Tesla and I share my financial journey on YouTube via these budgeting videos. I got paid today. I wanted to do a separate mid-month check-in, but I took off work for a family reunion and I won't have enough time to do that. I'm actually supposed to be at the beach right now. It's been a really long first 2 weeks and I don't think I'm going to be able to get into all of it, but hopefully these last 2 weeks will be smoother and then I can talk more about it at the end of the month. I'm going to start off by paying credit card debt. My credit card got hacked and someone tried to spend over $1,000 on cosplay outfits, jewelry, and PlayStation games, I guess. My bank is currently in the process of refunding me. They caught it really quickly, thankfully, and we got it resolved the same night. But I am waiting for a new card because mine got compromised. I am actually still waiting for them to refund a final $73.83. So I think it's because of that extra debt that hasn't been repaid back that YNAB wants me to assign 11.26 when I would think it would be lower, much lower. Hopefully this never happens again because that was pretty frustrating, especially not having a card because I normally don't even use my debit card. I just put everything on my credit card. As for investing, my 401k is constant, so that's 200. Although this is my first month without splitting expenses with a roommate, I wanted to push myself and see if I could still invest $450 per paycheck to my after-tax brokerages. It's been a stretch, to be honest. I need to add it as a transaction here so that way it zeroes out instead of showing as positive. It's been very stressful trying to balance paying myself first while still paying for all of the things I need and, of course, like a few of my wants. I thought my raise would help. I actually got my raise. It kicked in today, but I was expecting at least $150 extra per check, and it's only $117.26 more than I normally would have. And every penny counts, and I'm grateful to have a slight increase in income, but it really has not taken very much pressure off of me. When it comes to saving, I'm expecting from here on out, like at best, to just zero out at the end of every month, much less be able to actually contribute. I had expected to be a negative in savings, but I actually saved $176.45, and that's because my insurance finally paid me for my totaled car. They gave me $11,756 and something cents. I don't remember exactly, but after the expenses of buying a new car, that left me with $1,398.42. I made an unsure category because I don't know if I want to keep it as cash, invest it, or what. I'm mostly just going to pretend like this doesn't, exist. When I hide that, then it does leave me as negative. I am negative in major repairs because I've been having to fix up my house since my roommate moved out. My fridge and my freezer went out and it cost $600 to fix. And that was the most expensive issue I've had so far this month. And so I had to pull a little bit of money from this fund. For me, the point of sinking funds is they are meant to be diminished and replenished over time. So I'm okay with leaving it negative this month and just like slowly building it back up next month or whenever I can. What I do want to cover fully and get back to zeroing out is the month ahead fund. I need to assign $1,108.45. And that was 50% of my entire check. So I'm not even going to attempt to save, anything beyond that. For basic expenses, now that my fridge and freezer are finally fixed, as of, I want to say like 3 days ago, it took a really long time to get a technician out there, but I can finally buy groceries. I'm already buying stuff for like frozen meals, stuff to make pizza at home. But I want to have like a solid foundation of foods to like work from. Actually, I'm going to assign 110. I think that'll be more than enough. So transportation this month has been expensive. So far, I've spent $464, and most of that expense is because my used car, new to me, only came with one key, and I was not going to trust myself with just one key, but it costs a lot of money to copy key fobs, apparently, so that was $240 on just one expense. As for gas, I like to budget a tank a week, and I'm estimating that each tank now is going to be around $30, so that's $60. And then I plan to go out of town on September 30th, and I think I'm going to need a half a tank for that, so I'm going to budget $75. When I got the new car, they already took care of the registration and inspection, and that was $150, so that's completed. I need to switch my Easy Tag over to my new car once I have the final license plates, but I'm not going to budget for tolls just yet because I think I would get charged next month. I'm going to go ahead and hide this new car category. Personal care, I think I'm set. I think I'm okay. I might just want some new masks or something. I don't know. I'll just give myself $10 for home care. I have spent $780.83 this month. So, of course, the biggest expense was the fridge. I also bought a bunch of cleaning supplies because when my roommate moved out, my mom and I noticed her room smells like urine, really, like a really strong smell of urine. And I have no idea how or why, but it's been like a week or more since she's moved out, and I've mopped so many times. I've scrubbed the walls. It still smells bad. And when the door is closed, which it always was, like you cannot tell at all. But if you leave the door open, it stinks up like the whole hallway. And so I've been paying for deodorizers that are supposed to soak up all the smells, air purifiers to break up the bacteria in the air. Like nothing has really worked. I don't know if I'm going to have to hire professionals for that or what. She lost her gate card and didn't return it to me. So to replace that was $35. And my mom wanted some extras. So they charged me $55. All of my cutlery is missing. Most of my dishes are missing, some of my pots, and she refused to take responsibility for either breaking or taking all of them. So I've bought more cutlery. I haven't replaced my dishes yet, but it is on my to-do list eventually. One thing that was not a necessity, but I bought anyway, was a wax warmer and wax melts. She had taken my last one without asking me, and she totally ruined it. And I want my house to smell like fall, because it's spooky season. And so I've been leaving her door open to air out the room, but then it makes the house smell bad. So that's why I bought that. I also bought some items to deal with like fruit flies or drain flies or whatever. And then now I noticed that none of the outlets in my kitchen work anymore, even after I turned on and off the breaker. I know there was a day where she was boiling something on the stove for like hours and hours and hours because she thought that was going to get rid of the fruit flies that she brought in. And now I'm wondering if like all that power overloaded the wires or something. I don't know if I'm gonna need to hire an electrician. Obviously, like I don't have very much money. I'm gonna put $100 here and see where that gets me. And then this is only showing as 22.95 because I have some laundry pods that I could push to next month if I wanted to. I could buy these next month. I have definitely enough to last me the next 4 weeks, maybe. I don't know. And then I was going to buy a camera for my house, which I keep procrastinating on buying. So I have these as scheduled transactions, and that's why like it pulls from the available amount, but they're not like set in stone yet. I mean, I just don't really know what to do about that. Pet care, I'm not going to assign anything. I wanted to for last week. I wanted to get him some treats and stuff, but I spent so much in other areas that I couldn't. He seems pretty happy just to be home though, so that's nice. And then bills, I always cover the first of the month through my month ahead fund. That leaves me $148.03 for lifestyle expenses. So I had overspent on dining out, but of course I did because I didn't have a fridge and I also didn't have a microwave because my outlets were no longer working. I had a second microwave in my garage. I moved that upstairs, so I still think that I can save money and get by the rest of the month by eating at home. I mean, obviously, like, I don't have a choice because I'm so poor right now. I still feel like I need to assign something. I might move it around, but there are days when I go into the office, and whenever I do that, I like always forget to bring lunch, and that's like I feel like that's what mostly eats away at my dining out budget is going out for lunch with coworkers or just always forgetting to bring something. It would be nice to have some fun money because there are some art exhibits and museums. I love going in people like I love to go see people's creations and their art. Where I live, some museums and exhibits might be free on certain days and times, but I'm really not sure. I'm not going to put anything in fun money for now. I still want to prioritize giving. I'm not giving as much as I have in other months, but I'm still going to put $25. This miscellaneous was all the credit card fraud. And then there was also one legitimate charge, $50. I got roped into fantasy football at work, and I don't know how to do fantasy football. I didn't even know how to use the software that we had used to pick your players or whatever. Anyway, it's a $50 buy-in. There's a $500 cash prize. I have no idea if I'm going to win, but wish me luck. I'm going to Vegas in October for the When We Were Young festival, and I got my hotel booked in mid-June, 3 months ago. And then I was just told that they overbooked themselves and I have to find a new place to stay. And obviously, hotels are more expensive 3 months later, closer to the date. And so I actually need to assign $82.16 and then put that transaction in YNAB because that is the price difference. Someone else paid for it and I'm just going to pay them. That puts me at overassigned though. I'm gonna take it out of groceries because it's only $9 and I feel like I can just eat ramen and spaghetti and be fine. Okay, well, that is how I see the rest of my September. I will take these budgeted numbers and I will put them in my budget spreadsheet, and then at the end of the month, we can compare. This is my budget by paycheck dashboard. And so, like, I can see how things shaked out for this first paycheck. And then by the end of the month, we can see what September is like. Anyway, I'm about to go eat pizza and then drink on the beach. So I will talk to y'all later.